I sat frozen at my kitchen table at 2:17 a.m., phone screen lighting up my face. The green steam notification stared back at me. Ryan is now playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. His account, the one that had been silent since the day the highway patrol called me 3 years ago. I read it twice, then a third time. My stomach dropped like I had missed a step on stairs. I did not scream. I did not cry. I just pulled up our home router app on the same phone and checked the connected devices. 14 gadgets showed up. 13 I knew by heart. My laptop, the smart TV, the fridge that texts me when the milk is low. The 14th was named Ryan Rig, FS 2024. It was linked to the Wi-Fi extender in the guest house out back. The same guest house where my sister Megan had been living rent-free for the last 2.5 years. I slipped on my sneakers, grabbed a flashlight, and stepped outside. The November air bit at my cheeks and smelled like damp leaves and pine from the trees lining the fence. My feet crunched over the gravel path, each step louder than I wanted. Fog hung low, turning the beam of my light into a hazy tunnel. The guest house windows glowed soft blue from inside, the exact color of a flight sim cockpit at night. I crept close enough to see through the half-open blinds. There he was, Ryan, my husband, alive. His hair had grown long and shaggy, a thick beard covered half his face, but it was him. He sat hunched in the same black leather chair I had helped him carry into our house years ago. His hands gripped the flight yoke I bought him for our anniversary, the $600 one he swore he needed. On the giant monitor, a virtual jet banked through thick clouds over some mountain range. Beside him on the couch sat Megan, my own sister, wearing his old gray hoodie, legs tucked under her, sipping from a beer bottle. She laughed at something he said and rested her hand on his knee like it belonged there. 3 years of empty nights, of folding his clothes for donation, of staring at that sealed urn at the funeral flashed through my head in a sick rush. I believed the cops when they said the car hit a guardrail so hard it caught fire and left almost nothing to identify except the VIN and 2 teeth. I had believed the $2 million payout was the only good thing to come from the worst day of my life. I used every penny to pay off the house and keep a roof over our heads. Now here they were, 40 yards from my back door, laughing while I grieved. I pressed my back to the cold siding and listened. Ryan's voice carried through the cracked window, low and smug the way it used to get when he talked about money. See, babe, this is what I was talking about. No more of her constant Ryan. We can't afford another upgrade bullshit. She never got it. Never understood the stress I was under. Megan giggled. You should have seen her face at the funeral. She actually cried real tears. Ryan snorted. Best decision I ever made. Fake the crash, let the insurance company pay, disappear into your place. We get the money in each other. She's been paying the bills like a good little widow while we've been living right under her nose. My hand started shaking so bad I almost dropped the phone. Sweat ran down my back even though the night was freezing. My heart slammed against my ribs like it wanted out. I could feel every breath burn in my throat. This was the man who used to slam cabinets and call me selfish for wanting to save for retirement instead of buying him new sim pedals. This was my sister who hugged me at the funeral and whispered, I'll always be here for you, while she was already hiding him in the guest house. I forced my thumbs to work. I opened the camera, zoomed in, and hit record. 45 seconds of crystal clear video. Ryan's face lit by the monitor, Megan leaning into him, the flight sim still running on screen, timestamp right there in the corner. I backed away slow, gravel crunching under my feet again, and walked back to the main house. Inside, I sat at my desk still in my damp sneakers and typed 2 emails with steady fingers. The first went to the Life Insurance Fraud Division. The policyholder Ryan Thompson, declared deceased after a car crash on June 12, 2023, is alive and living in the guest house on my property with my sister. Full video evidence attached. Payout amount, $2 million. The second email went to the local police. I am reporting felony insurance fraud and identity theft. Video and router logs attached. I hit send on both. Then I made myself a cup of hot chocolate, the kind with the little marshmallows Ryan always stole from the pantry. I climbed into bed and pulled the covers up to my chin. For the first time in 3 years, I slept straight through until morning. In this city, your own sister will smile at your funeral while she steals your husband and your future. Family does not always mean loyalty. It just means they know exactly where you keep the keys. His favorite flight simulator just flew him straight into federal prison. He should have stayed dead.